Everybody, sit down where it go down, man. Tonight we got some I got my homie with me, man. SPIDALOC. We got an epic topic to talk about, and we just gonna take it back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when you get ready to do that transition in your life, you gotta go back, man, and go to the roots of this thing to try to get some clearance with it, man. So, you know, and amidst us gaining clarity to some of the things we done as youth and some of the things we participated in, you know, the best thing to do, man, is come up with the solution together since we built it together. So, man, tonight I got a long-time friend of mine since I was a child, teenager, and, you know, we've been partners since that time. So I want to introduce my homie, SPIDALOC, somebody that's a big part of my life, somebody that, you know, inspired me academically to be a better person and to reach higher than what I did. So, without further ado, man, SPIDALOC, introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, my name is SPIDALOC. Name drive Cover Crip. And you know, shit, I'm in the free world. You know, I've been one of your closest partners since the late '80s, early '90s. You know, yeah. So shit, I come on here to shit to you know have a sit down at the table with you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to clarify a few things, you know, some things that might have been mixed up or misconstrued or twisted or whatever. So, you know, I'm with it.
Yeah. So, as of right now, man, I got 34 years and like 20 some days in, man. 34 years, 3 weeks in. You know what I'm saying? You know, so let them know, man. You know how much time you done, and you know what it was like. You know, just doing your time, man. You know, because I didn't explain a little bit in depth about mine. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, for somebody that's been out and somebody that's done time, you know, like this right here, you know, they need to just understand some of the things that people go through, man. So explain that to them.
Okay. I did 29 and a half years for 5 charges, 4 aggravated robberies and 1 first-degree murder. Um, I had a 30-year sentence, but you know, me trying to keep up with reputation and keeping it solid, I wound up doing all of it, all except 6 months. You know, yeah, I was still punished for something that I had done as a child. So you know, I mean, me trying to keep it gangster, you know, it's I wound up doing so much of the time. So you know, I'm out now. I've been out 5 years.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
right, look, we gonna take them all the way back, man, to where we was introducing this thing. So,
Okay.
I'ma start the world. I seen some things, and when you say some things, because a lot of these dudes, we gonna say from South Dallas to the Grove, back to Oak Cliff, you know what I'm saying? You know, don't really understand a lot of things that they doing right now. You know, and they was a little bit like us. But the thing about us, when we got up in the mix and we started doing the things we were doing in the streets, we got out from the Jamaican first, and then the dudes from California came down and sprinkled us with a little bit of what they had going on, you know what I'm saying, in the world. So when we got on, man, you know, we followed the trend for a while because, you know, there was something that, you know, we felt like we had to get down with and be a part of on the street. That was, you know, that was the thing that made somebody feel like they was the it person at the time. You know, just
Right.
like when the makers came down and we started selling dope for them and doing the thing we were doing until we figured it out ourselves. That's when we made our part, most of us.
Right, right.
It's just like banging world. The banging world, you know, we thought of the trend from the dude from California.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. Okay. Like I remember back then. Well, I'm gonna say like my final year out, or even before my final year out, like a nigga was thinking that it was gonna be like a passing fad, like it was some stuff nigga gonna do eventually, nigga gonna kind of stop, whatever. At least that's what I thought. So I kind of like, because there wasn't a lot of gang shit in Dallas at the time. Well, I'm talking about like 89, 88. You had one established set that was Trade by Seven Dixie Circle. And that's what you was part of at the time.
Yeah.
Well, when I wound up going to TYC, I barely learned that they was banging in Lubbock and San Antonio as well, right? So that made me kind of turn up, right? I wound up going there, staying there for a nonviolent offense, and I picked up a federal charge of assault while I was in there, and I wound up doing a year. I think me and you had got back in contact while I was down there. You had just went down. You just went to the other states through Gainesville. I was in West Texas, and then I was trying to see if you were still on your cripping, and I could tell by your letter that you was turned up, right? And then a nigga told me, he said, "Yeah, your boy, he fucking with Rico from Grape Street." And I remember Rico say, I mean, the definition of crip, like what you seen on Colors, Rico was all that. And Rico couldn't be around no blood. Period. Period. That is just period.
Yeah.
So we continued to write. We continued to write until I got out. When I got out, I did try to holler at you, man, but I waited like a month. But I tried to holler at you. They said you were gone. So from that point, you know what I'm saying, I was still on my shit, even though it still wasn't no lot of gang shit in Dallas, but I was already West Coast gone. I was West Coast gone. Blue 6'4 Chevy, Chrome spokes. I was gone. Pearl, I was gone. So I remember when I had seen you at the state fair, and I was up there in the school teacher Benz. I took a Benz from the school teacher. I think it was 16. Nigga don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? I made him get up out of it. So that's what I rode there. I rode there in style. I was thinking, and when I seen you, I hugged you. I was glad. I was like, okay, it's on now, boy. I got somebody like me out here now. I got somebody just like me out here now. We see the world through the same eyes. But as we talk and communicate, boy, I ain't lying, boy, fucking with Rico Walton, Rico, nigga, you had your crip IQ sky high. I'm talking about sky high, like, god damn. Like, shit. Nigga, I thought I was gone. Nigga, you was gone. So, I remember you saying basically, like, when you got out, you know what I'm saying, you was fucking around in Dixon, but Dixon, they was cripping, but they really didn't have a full crip package, right? Like, people was thinking that Seawalking was the kid to play, and it wasn't. That's where they got it from. They got it from some crip niggas in Los Angeles. So them niggas from Dixon really wasn't like feeling that. I don't know if it's because they didn't know or what, but they was getting money. I'll tell you that. So I remember you telling me that you want to start your own thing, and you went through the list of names, and just during the time we was we call it living, but we was robbing, we was terrorizing the city. A lot of things that we both regret. We can talk about that. We both regret a lot of that. We both seen a lot of meaningless in what we were doing. It wasn't it was counterproductive, to say the least. But nonetheless, I remember while we were still in state school, you were saying that Rico was trying to start him a crib car because LA had started a crib car. They started 2 crib cars. What was it? Consolidated Crip Organization and Do No Crip Organization. So Rico, the genius that he was, I mean, even though he was psychotic, he wanted to start his own Crip car. So he named his Crip car 187 Gangster Family. And I remember the nigga was a genius. I hate the nigga lost his mind now. But the nigga was doing this at that age, formulating his own, formulating I remember on West Texas State School, I was the only one selected. But the game, and that was like the hub. It was like the center. So you had more people that were part of one of some gangster family that was over there. And a few people at Gibbs or whatever. It was even a few niggas from Fort Worth. I didn't see it spray painted on a few of their walls. But when we got out, well, I remember I tattooed it on your wrist because we didn't want to do no set hopping, but we wanted to be a part of the same clique. You see what I'm saying? We didn't want to be no transformer, no set hopping, but we wanted to be part of the same car. So I had like the same thing. Remember you had tattooed this on my wrist? That was 91. I tattooed it on your wrist. 91. I'm putting it in front of the camera so the camera can see. And that was like any sewing needle and some sock elastic string that we bought from the Emmy Moses Mott's. So I got locked up first. I was one for the murder and the robberies that you know about the robberies anyway. So when I went in. At that time, I was in county jail. We talking 91. I stayed in county jail from 91 of November until like May of 92. This how ungang related it was in Dallas at that time. During that time and going to like 8 different tanks getting kited out and whatever. I only ran into 6 different Crips. And it's easy to keep up with numbers because it wasn't that many. So you can keep up with numbers easy. You keep up with names and numbers, you know what I'm saying? So I remember when you get locked up, you got certified and you like we used to communicate, you tell me about another Crip you had met. Oh, C-Nut was one of the Crips that came to county jail with C-Nut and C-Money. I gotta mention them. And by then, they basically told me the graveyard trade by some was official. No more Dixon Circle was trade by some graveyard. So I remember you was trying to separate yourself from them completely, start your own thing. Which I admired that. So we came to I hit Beto, and when I got back, your case, I think you were the first 16-year-old to actually make a whole page and a half in the Dallas Morning News. They actually mentioned Crip and your name, and that was big because it promoted Cripping, and even though the Cripping that we were doing was kind of productive, I was super proud of it. I would say, man, I like my nigga. You know what I'm saying? My nigga did that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I kept that article. A part of it in my photo. You know how niggas do it, Chris. Niggas don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I didn't know that when I got out, our homeboy Mike Wright at the time, he was taped by 72. Mike Wright had he was from Park Road. He got out, and when his raised IQ from being around Rico, he started his own set. Park Road 187. I didn't know that until I went back on bench warrant and I seen Blue Devil hitting up, and I was like, them niggas out Park Road trade by something. What is he not hitting up trade by something? What is that? And that's when you told me. I was like, oh man. Well damn. So I think from that time, by you hitting that paper, a lot of people that got you famous. I mean, other than other shit, that got you real famous to where a lot of people that was in county jail, they wanted some of that glitter dust. That everyone, and just like any kid, I would want the same. If I wasn't nothing, I want to be some part of that glitter dust. You know what I'm saying? So that was 92. I went back to Beto and Beto one in prison unit, Beto one. Went back to Beto, and by then your fall partner C Trade. C Trade, he was day one. C Trade came to Beto with me, and we wound up going to SEG together. They said that they put in the administrative SEG for continuous assaults. Fucking C Nut was still in county jail. C Nut had wrote, and he was writing. He was telling me this is like nine. I went to SEG 9394. He told me about all the new gangs that were starting up. He told me about 415 starting up. He told me about 49 King starting up. He told me about Trey Overton starting up. He told me all these gangs started behind right after that. The news clipping, newspaper clipping is, it kind of done something. I think they was trying to vilify you, but if anything, they made it like glorified, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of changed the city a lot. It affected the city a lot. It had an adversarial effect on it wasn't supposed to do that. So what happened? The when C-Nut told him about that, he said that they when they started they did the UNC thing, or him and this dude Dre were in tank together, and they jumped the first niggas in that tank. Well, I mean that's according to C-Nut. That's what he told me. He said that that would be the first click that'll automatically start up under 187 Gangsta Family. Now, our 187 Gangsta Family and Punk Road 187 was two different things. They're not the same. People are trying to confuse them, mix them up. They're not the same. We have our own code. We have our own. We had our own code. All that we create our own form of language to communicate with each other. We was trying to be on some organized shit. The older we got, the more organized we got, right? So I think
let me ask you this, right?
Okay.
Look, during the time, we got up in the mix, man, and the things we was introduced to, and our impact and our part and a lot of this, man, how do you feel about these dudes, man, that just be trying to rewrite history, man? I'm talking about from the street to the prototype, man, because the only thing I've been seeing since I've been on this listening in on people that go on through and hearing about dudes mentioning certain people is, they want to have a title or
I couldn't hear. I think he went out. Okay, say it again now. Yeah.
Yeah, so they want to have their name was sitting at the front when this thing started, but I don't hear none of them saying nothing about it.
Well, the way I feel about it, I mean, I don't really like. You went out.
I don't hear none of them saying about the pain that they want to do, about the ridicule they want to do, about the humiliation they want to do. I don't hear them saying nothing about it because
that's
the pro part of all of this, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we had to go through a whole bunch of pain and humiliation, ridicule. People were looking at us like, the dude California had came down. A lot of them dudes really wanted who they said they was because a lot of them got ran about California.
Got booted off their set.
Brought their hood down and they really wasn't official in their city. You know what I'm saying? So they came down and seen there was something new down here. Speaking up with it, when we started doing our thing, then them people came to Parliament because they couldn't handle us no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
See me, I was able to see a lot of different things early on, and once I learned what was going on, I spent a lot of different things. Bam, and it's just like from then to now, what I'm doing is switching a lot of different things because I understand now what I didn't understand then. I understand that, you know, in life we create our own destiny. We create our own problems or our own joy, our own sadness, or whatever it is that we want to acquire in life. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I created my own dark place in the world because of the things I participated in, the things we participated in, and the way that we put it down back then. So, you know, the reason why I came to give these dudes a little place or a little glimpse at where they came from is because I want them to understand what they saying they living and they dying for and where it came from and when it came about. You know what I'm saying? And the people that, you know what I'm saying, that know what was going on in the world, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these people claiming things and trying to, you know, suck in things that they really didn't have no part of. And that's misleading. That's how the dudes did us when they came from California. And
right.
With them misleading us the way that they done us, it caused us to lose a whole bunch of life, lose our loved one, lose our time to be able to get back, and lose a lot of dear friends that, you know, we'll never be able to, you know, shake hands or hug again, to sit down and just to shoot the stuff with again. So
okay.
I don't want this to happen to the people that's misunderstood and that's been misguided because that ain't what this is about. This is a glimpse of the past and the present because people need to know what they're doing and why they're doing it, where it came from, and the ground that it was built on to be what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's the only fair. You know, everybody in California saying that, you know, we were lames, we lost on what was going on. A lot of people didn't know what was going on until they took it, opened the door to a lot of people. A lot of people,
exactly.
A lot of things in California they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody was doing from that neighborhood, and it wasn't the whole thing. It was about your hood thing until they made it the whole thing. So where if you didn't know this, then you wasn't treated. If you didn't know that, you wasn't treated. Of course, if you take me to your hood in California, you can lose that. Just like if I take you to my hood in $5, I can lose you. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, I had to feel what I done off of my own principles, off my own ways of doing things, and that's what 187 Gangster Family was about, a whole coalition of originals putting their thing together, saying that they was going to live up under one law. That's what that came about it.
Right.
So hey. To go out there and make sure that everybody had it. You know what I'm saying? So now what I'm doing, I'm passing out the good word to make sure everybody got it so that nobody won't mislead nobody and tell them about the bad, but I tell them about the good, but I tell them about the bad. You
exactly.
Everybody there because if you don't make it, you can die. You can go to the plantation. If somebody would have told me what was up ahead with me, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I would have looked at things and seen it a little differently. But man, you know, up that road down there, it's all good for a moment. But man, you got a long road to go. And down that long road, man, you might not like what you see. You know what I'm saying? So you need to take heed and take, you know, because of what you're doing right now, because sitting in the plantation 34 years later, say, man, it's only a few dudes that I still respect, still got love for, and still call the queen. It ain't too many of them. So,
right.
You know, during time, you're going to lose a whole lot.
You're going to lose a lot.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to be let down. And you're going to have a lot of disappointments in life, man. So, you know, that's something that you can expect for sure. You know what I'm saying? Just messing around in the game, so that's what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't glorifying nothing. We ain't making it seem like this was the thing because dudes that we had then from the dudes that we got now is two different kind of people, man. Two different
completely
people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, man, you know, I don't appreciate the dudes trying to take the legacy away from something that's so bad and make it seem like it's something good, man. Because
okay. Look,
when you lose, you'll never get that back. That 29 years and a half you done, you can't get that back.
I can't get that back.
Man, you can't get it back. You can't get it back.
Hey, let
17 years old, don't want to be sitting down here for no 34 years, wishing they could.
No, you don't get. Yeah, you lose stuff in prison. You lose eyes. You lose. You know what I mean? You lose stuff that you can't get back with a long prison sentence. But let me address it first. The first thing that you brought up, about. Remember you said about dude the pain and the agony that a nigga went through at the very beginning. The ridicule of niggas saying y'all trying to be like the California niggas. And, you know, a lot of people. You know, we was there. It's counterproductive. But we heard a lot of niggas saying it. You know, we was wrong for doing that, but we heard a lot of niggas saying that. Y'all telling me cause that you don't hear that now. That's over with. Dudes ain't gotta go through that now. Dudes ain't gotta go through that. But back then, cause it was rare, you know, a nigga had to show. Now I gotta show you I'm serious. You gonna make me show you that I'm serious. You gonna make me show you that I'm not what you say I am, and I'm what I say I am. So if I got to hurt you, whatever at all costs, I'm gonna show you that I am what I say I am. I am who I say I am. You see what I'm saying? And getting put to the test like that got a lot of niggas sent to the penitentiary. You know, I mean, again, it's counterproductive, but not as far as a lot of guys that were saying that they was this and they was that back then, right? But for us, it was easy to be able to decipher bullshit from, you know, whatever, because the numbers were so little in, so niggas could keep up with what's what easily. You know what I'm saying? They could keep up with what's what, you know, because, you know, I know guys who ridiculed what we were doing. 2 years later, they hit it. I call these shots and I call these shots. And I'm like, you know, hold on. Me personally, when I see it and I hear it, I have to call it out. You know, I don't care about toilet paper feelings or whatever, or how you feel. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't doing this. You know what I'm saying? Why you telling them that? Don't tell them that around me. Don't say it around me, because I by you saying you was this and you wasn't this one was ridiculed, you taking my shine. You taking the spot. I might have had a spotlight on me for doing what I was doing. You remember? So now you trying to rewrite history and put your part in there. You trying to put your part in there and saying, yeah, I was with the no, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I hate that. That even today, hey.
Hold on, my phone's gonna hang up. Let me call back. I'm gonna play my song right quick. I'll call back, man. Y'all stay tuned in. We coming back. When it come back, we gonna talk about things we can do different now from the things we do then to help the people, man, to try to build and to get out the way of this madness that's going on today, man. But give me a second, just gonna hang up. And I'm gonna call right back in the studio.
All right.
See, baby Cash, he was a youngster. He grew up in the South. And yes, he grew up with both parents, but they had went different routes. And see, now Cash, he had a brother. They always fought each other. But don't you get it twisted, cause they always loved each other. Okay, now here's where the story changed. They had moved to the west. Pop told him do his thing. He tryna do his best. He tryna raise his brother. He sticking at his chest. He tryna flirt with girls, and he ain't 10 yet. And by the 3rd grade, he seen a lot of things. He seen his granny shoot her husband, it was close range. He seen his uncle stab a nigga, man, that shit insane. So when he moved back to the south, yeah, he had plenty game. But this shit ain't no game. This shit here real life. He even moved out to the north and start earning some stripes. He rippin' Trey 5'7" cause was like only 11. Then went back to the north and cause that start breaking the mouth.
You know what I'm saying? This is gangster among gangsters. Yeah. A monster among monsters.
She ran his time, little baby cash 12. He ran her causing hell. He in and out of juvenile, but kept his pockets swell. But now he back up in the south and he getting it on. And if you try to take his paper, he popping your dome. See, baby cash, he was a menace. No, he didn't start it, but he finished. Yeah, he was focused on the business, just getting his name up in the trench. The streets had turned him to a beat. Now he was gone up off the leash. His name was moving through. Now he respected by the G. See, he had shootouts with Jamaicans, and in his crippin' with no fake. He pulled up on them, left him shaking. Yeah, he would strip him like some bait. Yeah, he was 14 paper chasing. And then they sent him to a place. Yeah, TYC, he hit that pavement. He met some niggas who were crazy just like him, then they start hanging. Yeah, they was crippin', they was bangin'. Trey 5'7" GYGC on the set, that's what he named. Yeah, they was riding on niggas, chunking up the beat with all that flame. Oh yes, you had to put in work and earn some points you wanna claim.
You know what I'm saying? Real gangster. You know. We're a product of our environment.
Hey, y'all, I'm back at the sit down, man. Here it is again. So, what I was saying was, the things that we can do now to help these dudes, because a lot of them so lost, man. And a lot of them continue to get, get misled because they thinking that the path of things is to be clicked up. But truth be told, man, I can tell you 30 years down the line that some of the dudes that you used to like, you ain't gonna even like them no more.
That's what I've been.
You ain't gonna respect them no more because they're not gonna be the same person, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You're disappointed to find out that you turned out to put in more work than a lot of them did, and they wasn't even who they said they was. And it's gonna be a real big disappointment when you find out that these niggas betray you so easily until, man, you figure out, man, you trying to figure out, man, how could he do me like this here, man? When I thought we were partners.
Right.
Suggesting to a lot of you guys, hey, man, I can look back on the people that I know from, 30-some years ago, and it ain't nothing but a crew of them, like I say, that I respect, man. You know what I'm saying? The crew of them that's been in the pool, me, somebody that's been solid with everybody that I didn't came encounter with for been a part of my life. The crew, only crew I'm willing to pull me up out the trenches to try to help me get a smile or help me do some things to keep my mind free of the penitentiary, man. And I appreciate them guys for that, you know what I'm saying? And, and I'm just telling you, man, maybe you fortunate enough to have people that's going to ride with you, and maybe not. But while you up on it and while you got a chance to know what's headed, what's up with what you up against in the future, this is the time to start trying to get yourself together, man, and to steer away from a lot of different things that can lead you to come to feel the things of doing the rest of your life in her, man, because you got a lot of disappointments up ahead, whether you do good or bad. But doing bad, you got some worse kind of disappointments, man.
Yeah.
I just want people to just be able to take heed and learn from our mistakes, man. The thing we done, the thing we've been doing, the thing the people we've encountered, so that they won't have to go through that, man. Because, hey, man, this is an ugly place, and this is an ugly life, man. And if you're not careful, hey, man, you get wrapped up in it, and it'll turn you to an ugly person, man. So, my thing with y'all is, man, hey, man, try to walk the right way, try to do the right thing, because in the end, that's what's going to matter the most, man. Sometimes I wish I was a square so I could be up out there, man, instead of in here, man. You know what I'm saying? But the fair for my path was already chosen for me, and I had to go down this road, you know what I'm saying, to be a better person, man. Not saying that everybody needs this road to be a better person, because I'm giving you what's going on down there before you get here. So try to do something that's different, man, to find yourself and to find something that's going to be more close than you than this, because when you in them streets, man, they don't do no lead you to the graveyard or some of things, man. And now one of them is good, man. Yeah, homie, what's on your mind?
Well, I'm sitting back. I'm thinking like, okay, when I got out, this shit was like coming from the Flintstones to the Jetsons, right? It's a whole other world out here, and like a lot of people that's wilding out, getting locked up right now, but they can only imagine how different the world gonna be when they get out. Like, I mean, like it's every day I see something that's like, it's fucking me up. Like, a lot of young dudes run around with the dreads and just shooting and shooting. I mean, it's reminiscent of us, but now it's so many, and I I understand it, but I don't understand it. I understand it because they came out, they was like bad seeds already planted, like um they came from like they parents was like us.
Hold on 1 second, right? I just want to say thank you everybody for being in the chat, man. We just taking it from back then to right now, man. Just trying to give the ugly parts of this, man, the good, the bad, the ugly of the street life. And we just going back, filling in the few different blanks, man, of a part of life that we both participate in as one, man. And, I'm taking it back so that I can go back to the bad parts of it and clean it up in my life so that I can be a better person. Because I'm not happy being who I was, man. I'm not happy doing the things that I done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they done. I can't change it, man. But if I could take it back, I would. You know what I'm saying? But since I can't change those things, I want to make every step that I take in this forward to be a good one. Something that somebody can grab a hold to be, comfortable with, something that they can write and something they can be successful with. So I once got a long time friend of mine, one of my best friends, to bring him on to speak about some of the things we went through, man, so we can put that behind us and reach further and reach for something better as grown ups now. You know what I'm saying? We was in our teen years then. Now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we 50s, you know what I'm saying? So we trying to be some better people and do some better things, and I went on a podcast one time and I was telling Miss Renee that I had kept my name because I wanted to be reminded of what I had done in the past and try to turn that name into something good. But she was like, well, let it go all together. And then, I understood it at the time, but later on, they really manifested itself and made me understand more that, hey, man, being that person right there, keeping that name around, ain't really good at all, you know what I'm saying? Because it caused a lot of things, a lot of pain, and a lot of strength that I can't get back, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to fool myself. I don't feel bad about, finding myself. I don't feel lost. I'm in peace, man, you know what I'm saying? Because, I know what I'm capable of doing, good or bad, you know what I'm saying? And just the same thing that I gave the bad, that's what I'm willing to do to give to the good, you know what I'm saying? And some. So I wasn't only super gangster, you know what I'm saying? And, I was the definition of it. But now I'm going to be a super good guy, and I'm going to be a super good guy, and I'm going to be the definition of it. So, that's what I want to be known for now, man. Just then, I want to be known for the bad I've done. Now, I want to be known for the good I've done. And I know that I'm going to have to put in some work to make sure people see that in me. So I'm doing everything that I can to keep walking that walk. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all coming through, man, believing in me and knowing that I can do it because, hey, man, that means a lot sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I might not didn't have everything I needed from that point to this one. But say what I did have was enough, man. You know what I'm saying? And it got me from then to now. And I appreciate everything and everybody that had a hand in that, a part in that, a voice in that, anything that contributes to that in any way. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. The haters, I appreciate the congratulators, I appreciate the imitators, I appreciate everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody played a part on me becoming stronger in my work in life. You know what I'm saying? And my homeboy, I had to get him because me and him done a lot of things this down together. So I wanted to get him to make sure that the same way we set it down, we could put that in something else better and set that down the same way, man, for the kids. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, homie, you know, like you were saying though, I just wanted to explain to the people that just came in the chat what was going on and what we was doing with this, man.
Right, right. And I say, and I respect that to the fullest. Like the shit that you've been putting down, like with the children's books and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? I see it in you. I see that you trying to right the wrong that you did. You know, between us, you got a lot of work to do, but you're doing it. You taking initiative. You taking an initiative to right the wrongs, and I'm thinking and what I've seen thus far, some of them books or some of the stuff that you're doing is gonna have an impact on. It don't matter if it's one out of every 5 children that read the books or whatever. It's if you just saving one, that's a big step, because if you can save a nigga from the shit that we went through, going to prison, losing everything, losing loved ones, losing it's like you got a hole in time. I got a big ass hole in time that at times I see myself trying to make up for, and you can't make up for it. You can't make up for it. No matter what you do, no matter how many chicks you go through, no matter what, you can't make up for it. Good or bad, in a bad way, you can't make up for it. You know, it's you forfeit a lot. You forfeit a whole lot when you out there wilding like that. It's you think it's worth it, but right now you don't see 20, 30 years down the line. You see tomorrow. You may not even see tomorrow. You may just see the day. You know, you're living by the moment. You're living by the moment, and it's like anything can happen. Spur of the moment. You know, I often say that I never had a boring day outside. You know, before I went to prison, right? Because it was every day. Every day it was something. Every day we found something. Every day something that would have gone to the penitentiary, or something that would have led us to the penitentiary for a long time. Every day. So in retrospect, you know, it's like you gambling, and the gamble ain't worth it. You know, because when you lose, boy, you lose. You lose. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the system play for keeps. You don't get that back. You know what I'm saying? You don't get that back.
Now one of us that it did. I don't know now one of us that it did 30 years and want to go through 30 more years, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, not if I don't got to.
They feel like they got 30 more years in them, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I'm a living testament of the struggle still being real. You get what I'm saying? I'm right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the trenches right now. We on lockdown right now. We getting a piece of cornbread, a peanut butter sandwich, you understand me, and probably about 3 spoons of wheat and meat in the cup. I'm a living testament that the nigga don't want to do no 30 more years in the penitentiary, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you got all the opportunities in the world to live and be free and do anything you want to do, you don't even have to hustle out there no more.
You don't.
I mean, it's so easy out there to get money if you just willing to do it. A lot of people sitting around waiting on somebody to handle something. Say, man, this is the world. 2026, you got more million of black people than you ever had in the history. You got more generations in the world, more than it's ever been, man. You know what I'm saying? It's so much that people can do. It's so much that people need guarantees out there that these dudes got that they can deliver, man, that they not delivering. So I don't be understanding that when people sit back and say that they going through some things because I'm going through something, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm going through something, man. You know, personally, boy, I might not even have $5, but I ain't gonna ask nobody for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna ask you for nothing, man. I'm saying I ain't ask you for nothing. You get what I'm saying? Because, you know, I don't like nobody to tell me, no, man, I don't like nobody to put me in no position where I hurt. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't like to hear now. So I'm not going to even put myself in a position where, hey, I'm going to be trying to ask nobody for nothing because it's just certain things that people don't do. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
So, you know, for somebody to be in the world and asking people for money, I don't understand that, man, because you ain't struggling, man. We ain't struggling up in here, man. You know
For real.
up in this country, these people got us clothes in and feeding us like we animals, man. A 3-year-old little boy eat more than what they giving us, man. You know what I'm saying? So we struggling up in here, man, but this is a situation we put ourselves in because we done what we done, because that's what we wanted to do in life. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing that forced our hand to be bad people. It wasn't nothing that forced our hand to do a lot of things. I mean, that's not all of us, but I'm just saying, I'm just speaking, period. But the thing about it is, man, say, man, they ain't struggling out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they struggling. I mean, people struggle, but I mean, there's opportunities out there that it's not, that we don't have in here, man. And if you choose
A lot of them.
and not apply those and take advantage of the opportunities that you have, and man, you can't blame nobody but yourself. So the only people responsible is for what's going on in the world is the people that know. The people that don't know what's going on, babies, and people that's not of sound mind, and people that just lame to what's going on, they not responsible. But if you know what's happening in life and you're not applying what you know and how you know it, then that's on you, man. Because, I mean, you don't want to have nothing in your pocket. And you like being like you are, and hey, man, that's you, man. You know?
Right.
I don't understand that, man. You know, people out there, man, still doing some of the same thing. You know, they doing the penetration, man. And that's not fair to those that, you know what I'm saying, that's going through the doors out there to try to make a way for somebody that got an opportunity to make a way, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. But
Yeah, I'm saying, no, you're right. You're right. This is a nigga out here begging. I'm asking. It's easy to get money out here. It's easy to get money out here.
you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm letting them know that right now I ain't got the color, but it's just me and I'm we just shooting stuff, man, because I don't really want to get into too big of a discussion, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I need y'all to get the people to subscribe, man, and come on over, man, because we gonna have a lot of epic conversation. I got a lot of people that want to talk to y'all. I got some people that want to rap. I got some people that want to sing. Hey, man, I got some people that you know, they got some things they want to say to the youth, to the women, to the men. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I got some people that want to get up here, man. They got some things to say. So what I'm trying to do here. I'm ready. Yeah, for the question about how many years did it take for me to want to change for the better, man, I'm going to say, man, when I went to SEG, it took me about 10 years, man. It took about 10 years.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, I fucked around and hit a button on here and went off. I'm back on now.
It took me about 10 years to realize that I wanted to change when I went to SEG, and I seen how different the world was back there. I seen what you had to learn, what you had to do, and all this stuff. SPIDALOC, the one them taught me, how to keep my mind set right while I was back there, and the things you could do and the things that, they had been doing to stay sane. And one of my homies right now, he was going through some things while we were back there, man. And I mean, he went through some things, so I didn't understand it at the time, until I had did a couple of years in SEG. But when I went to SEG, it kind of helped me, it made me realize that I need to do some things different, man, because when you go and have that time for yourself, you find out who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere else, that's where we got lost at. Some of us went crazy back then. Some of the partners, that was real strong dudes. I'm talking about inspirational dudes, motivating type of dudes, real OG niggas. They lost their mind back there, man. And but it took me that time, and then when my daddy died in 2011, it kind of threw me out, man. I think I was still froze up to that point right there. So it started making me see that life was really real when my daddy died. So, I always think of my daddy like he was a hero, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he couldn't do no wrong.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of his condition or whatever. And when my daddy died, it made me see things,
Rest in peace, Pokey.
you know what I'm saying? Life is real.
I said, rest in peace, Pokey.
Yeah, man. It made me see that stuff, man. So I was, like, man, my old man died, man. Hey, we can die. You know what I'm saying? Because, you don't realize it's real until it starts happening to you. You know what I'm saying? And it started being like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, man, it's right up on me. So, man, it's right up on you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody exempt. Ain't nobody exempt.
Yeah, for real, man. For real, it's right up on you, man. And there ain't no telling when that last time down to peek at you, man. So you want to be, whatever you can be, do whatever you can do, get it right while you can get it right. So if that time comes, man, hey, whatever happened after that time passed, hey, wherever you go, you can be okay with that, man. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't understand, man, brothers don't like brothers and cousins and aunties and mamas and shit. I ain't never heard of nothing like that, man, where people, don't have no love for each other no more, man. So the world wicked right now. So I'm just
very wicked,
y'all, man. Just trying to get it together with y'all family, man, because hey, man, sometimes that's all you got, man. You know what I'm saying? And just because people related like that through bloodline don't, like they say, don't make them family, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna pass you to start. Fight let you go and do your thing.
Okay. Well, shit. Now I was thinking about a lot of what you said. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
I'm saying, what would you tell? What would you say to the young cats, man, that's coming up? Following the path that we follow, man, doing the things that we done. You know what I'm saying? And not having it the right way because it took us a minute to get it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
It took us a minute to figure out our rhythm, and when we figured it out, it was so short-lived until we didn't get a chance to really, go through the motions of it. You know what I'm saying? So what would you tell them, man? Because it took us a minute to get our rhythm, man. So what would you tell those that follow in our footsteps, man?
Well, I would tell them that first of all, it's a gamble. It's a gamble, and the risk. I mean, it's you're gonna lose way more than you win. You know, that's the way the game is designed. You're gonna lose way more than you win. You know, you can decide whether it's worth it or not. You know what I'm saying? My best advice is to find a purpose and serve it. Find your purpose in life and serve it. You know, counterproductivity, that's not a purpose. That ain't a purpose. Counterproductivity, that means you actually destroying yourself and everything around you in some form of fashion. That's counterproductivity. You want to build. You want to build. You want to have something. You know, build your family. Build financially. Build. You know, have something. Have something in life. You know what I'm saying? Uh, counterproductivity. That you ain't no good in that. Ain't no good in that. Ain't no good in counterproductivity. You know, and people misleading people, telling them to partake in things that's counterproductive. That's they double wrong. You know what I'm saying? Um, and if I could go back to back then, um, I would try to figure out a way to serve a purpose. That point blank period. Get a purpose and serve it. You know, be the one that's gonna take care of your family. Be the one that's gonna take care of your neighborhood and put your neighborhood back together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying stop crime, but you see the children. You know, they going the wrong way. You know, uh, give them some good advice. You know what I'm saying? It don't hurt to give them some good advice. Believe it or not, they gonna remember. Because I remember what people told me. It's just I wouldn't listen. You know, I mean, maybe if it would have been delivered a whole other way, I would have listened. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, that's prison right now is way worse than it was when we first met. I mean, I'm not saying it was fun, but compared to now, I say it was fun. Compared to our restrictions and restraints and the shit your people got to go through coming to visit, they got to be pat down and searched down and touched on and shit. You know what I'm saying? That don't feel good seeing your wife or your mama get pat down and searched. Ain't no good feeling in that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I mean, just the whole treatment. You know, the system is designed to treat inmates like an STD. You know, keep them over there, feel there. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, years of that, if you're not careful, years of that will condition you. It'll condition you to the point where you feel like you're STD. You feel like you're a whole walking STD because that's conditioned. And I don't know if it was designed for that reason, but if it was, boy, they doing a good ass job. They doing a damn good job. You know, they instill hopelessness, and it's like a lot of times it's like you feel like you're dying slowly in there. You feel like you're in a concrete fish tank. You ain't moving. You just in there with a bunch of people, just like a big old slave ship. You know what I'm saying? They're working for free. You know, it's I don't think if niggas knew out there how their daddies was being treated down in prison, and the stuff they was going through, or if people down there would tell their children, look, son, man, they ain't handling me like a slave down there, man. You know, I mean, a man have a certain too much amount of pride to be able to tell people how they actually being treated down there. They take shit. I mean, the guard, they take shit when they want to take it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They throw stuff away that you've been holding on, memories of your family, pictures and shit. They just throw it away. They just treat it like it's trash. Sometimes you'll never see it again. And even if you fight for it, you're going to lose. What you going to do against like 7-8 different laws, you by yourself? Even with a knife, you're going to lose. Ain't no way of winning that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, prison, it got me in a condition where I strategize. You know, I try to have foresight to see something before it's gonna happen. I try to have the intellectual gift of foresight to see something before it's gonna happen and kind of steer myself away from that situation. You know, I mean, that's what I got to tell them. You know, it's a whole landmine down there. You know, I don't think they want them. I don't think if they actually knew what was going on down there. You know, the rats, the roaches. You know, I was in one cell. I killed like every day. I had to kill like 400 roaches every day. Every day, rats run through your food. They eat inside your commissary. You know, I mean, you get to a point down there where you've been out there so long to where it's numb, and you think it's normal, and it's not normal in society. 1 minute left. It ain't normal.
Hey, I got 1 more minute. Look, we gonna close with the right color, Spider. We gonna be better together, man. But look, man, we appreciate y'all coming over to the sit down where it go down, man. So we need y'all to stick around, man. We got some more epic things coming y'all way, man. I think the next time I pull up, I think I'm gonna talk about emotional intelligence, man, because a lot of people need to understand why they act the way they act and how to dodge those triggers to make them act that way. You know what I'm saying? Emotional intelligence play a big part of the way we respond to things that's going on in our lives, man. So I think I'm gonna hit a little bit on that, man, to kind of give people a peek at how they psychologically work, because these are some important things to help them get ahead and to help them, you know, get control over their lives.
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.
All right.
See, now he out and free. He only 15. He out here robbing, stealing cars and all kind of things. But then he got a girl pregnant, didn't mean a thing. Yeah, he was still out in the streets, just chasing the cream. Yeah, he was still out in the streets, just living his life. And he didn't know that one day it would come with sacrifice. Yeah, he was out there thugging, living in at midnight. Until the judge caught him, gave that boy 50 to life.
Damn. Know what I'm saying? It was only 16. Know what I'm saying? Judge give you 50 to life at 16, that's crazy. Huh.